Hello everyone, what is up? It is me, the Yellow Penguin. Here's a quick note before the video starts. This video is more of a ramble style video this week, as I'm going to be talking about my opinions on my MacBook Air. And this video may be boring for some people to watch, and if that is the case for you, I'm sorry about that. You can click off the video. That's perfectly okay. I completely understand this video is not what I usually would make, and next week I have a better video if that's the case. But if you want to hear about my opinions, thank you. And here's the video. Hello everyone, what's up? It is me, the Yellow Penguin. Welcome back to another video. Now, instead of doing something fun like showing a computer off, installing Windows or whatever, we're going to be doing a more talkative video today. Now, as you may know, back in July, I got my MacBook Air. It's the M1 Air 2020, base model, space gray, you know, all that stuff. The only non-base model thing it has is Apple Care, and that's it. Which I did come to use actually, so we'll talk about that soon. But yeah, I've had this machine for about 6 months now. Words to say, it's okay. With my old computer, which is my HP laptop, it's an HP 15 DA0002DX. I'll put it on screen. I can't remember on top of my head. HP models are weird. But yeah, that computer actually thought to me, oh, I'm not going to use this ever again. It'll be my backup computer, blah, blah, blah. I actually still use it quite a bit now. It's actually on my bookshelf as it connects to my monitor. And that is my Windows machine, which I connect to remote desktop. I use the actual computer itself. That's how I do a lot of my virtual machine videos on my channel. Kind of like the last week's video for how to change the lock screen, or the Windows XP video, the Dell one I did on the first week. I'm forgetting all these videos. But, yeah. So, let's talk about some things I personally don't like about the laptop itself. And one of the big contributors is the fan. Now, I know it's an M1 processor. Apple says that it's good enough to optimize. It won't get too hot. You don't need a fan. Well, that's true. I don't need a fan on the machine. But if I'm doing something processor intensive, or just using a lot of CPU or RAM, kind of like playing Roblox for a bit, which I know Macs are not for gaming. I know that. But the HP is not. It's much worse in gaming. So, but the thing is, like right now it's not hot, but below the MacBook where you see the little lid above the keyboard, it gets really hot right there, and there's no way for it to cool down except to close the lid for about 20 minutes, and then it'll be fine. That's not a huge deal. That's something I don't like. Another thing I don't like is, I'm going to use this now, but at the beginning when I got it, with Intel Mac or Macs before M1, or like with just the keyboard, like Touch Bar Pros, I don't remember what I'm talking about. However, you have almost all your same controls. However, F3 and F6 or F4 and F6 were changed with the M1 models, and I really, really hated that when it started. So F4 on older MacBooks or on the old Magic Keyboard, it used to be Launchpad. Press the button and go to your Launchpad. That got replaced with Search. F5 is the diction, and if you hold it down, now it's Siri, or you can change that. Before that, that was on regular keyboards or iMacs, that was nothing. On MacBooks, that was backlit keyboard down. And F6, now it's Do Not Disturb. Before, obviously on iMacs, nothing. Now it was brightness up. Keyboard brightness up. So that really bummed me out, because I had to go to Control Center every single time I wanted to change it. But to be fair, I don't change it that often anymore. I usually keep on the maximum, usually. If yours is very high-end, doing that, to be honest. So, okay, these aren't horrible issues until we get to cosmetic issues, or computer issues, which we'll talk about in a bit. But let's also talk about another thing I did not like. or this wasn't a did not like, this just really bummed me out. I don't play the vintage games, however, I do play PopCap games sometimes. At my grandparents' house, they have like, I think it's called the Party Essential. I'll put it on the screen right now. PopCap, all those games, and I have my grandpa's old Dell XPS laptop, and that contains Peggle and Zuma's Revenge, Plants vs. Zombies. Oh, and Bookworm Deluxe. I love playing that. But, so, I wanted to play it on my HP, on the big screen, because that Dell is from 2006, it has VGA, and it's not as fast. So, what did I do? I spent about 99 cents for 3 games on Steam because they were on sale. I bought Insane Aquarium Deluxe, Peggle, and Peggle Knights. The thing about that is that when I tried to download Peggle, I know Insane Aquarium is not compatible on Mac. Okay. But when I went to install it on my MacBook Air, which is compatible with Mac, you have to either or because the app is all outdated, it's 32-bit, you need to downgrade to Mojave 10.14, which I can't do because I can downgrade to Catalina if I wanted to. And to be honest, when I had Big Sur, I would downgrade to Catalina, to be honest. But also, the only other option was to dual boot Windows. That's all you got. Dual boot Windows. I can't do that either. There's no boot camp support for Windows on M1. I think there's some Linux ways, but I'm not going to use Linux on my MacBook Air. I'm actually I'm running low on storage. Thanks to Final Cut Pro. Thanks. That's actually not huge. I don't care about that. But, so that just really bummed me out. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll keep the HP. And when I first got my MacBook, I didn't use the HP. I had it off, and I had a blank install. But right now, it's running Windows 10. Oh, no, Windows 10 Pro. 21H1, if you're gonna upgrade that 20H2 soon. But anyways, that lives right here, basically. We already saw a picture. So yeah, I love using it sometimes. Do I regret getting my MacBook? No, not really. Do I regret anything getting the MacBook? A little bit. I wish I got more storage. Why did I not get more storage if I wanted more storage? Here's the thing. I was saving for this machine for about a year. Almost a year when I bought it. So, really desperate. Super desperate. So, with the storage, if I wanted to get the base model, pick up tomorrow at Apple. I have an Apple Store near me where I live. It's not far. So that just was exciting. I'm like, okay, buy it now, pick it up tomorrow. Then, and with shipping, it would have been probably 2 weeks. I think it was 2 or 3 weeks. And I was impatient. I'm like, no, I want it now. And so I bought it next day shipping. 512 would have been also like 2 weeks, and I didn't want to wait that long. Plus, I would have had to save more, which I really wasn't wanting to do, because right as I hit, I think it was like $300 off, and my parents covered the rest, so thank you guys so much for that. But, we bought it that night. And then on the 19th, I was super excited about it. I'm like, ironic part is I was messaging some people on Discord, and it was like 10:38, and I'm like, oh, it's still not ready, and I'm super annoyed. And then after literally the second I tapped that, it was ready for pickup, and I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, you know what? Like, that's super exciting. You know, the moment you get a new laptop, blah blah blah. I'm rambling. So I regret getting not enough storage. I have an external hard drive, but it's formatted NTFS. I do actually, where is it? It's in my drawer. I do have this 256 gigabyte flash drive. However, it is my time machine drive, purely time machine. In case I have to back it up again and send it in for repair, which we'll talk about. So, let's talk about my issues with my MacBook that actually really that actually really affected the usage of the machine. Let's start off with the battery incident, which is not solved. So, starting, I think, October something, late October, I think it was like October 30th or something, or 29th, late October. The battery was plugged in, or the charger was plugged in. No third-party accessories, no non-genuine charger, no extender, nothing. It was the original charger plugged into the wall, USB-C plugged into a MacBook. You want to know what it did? Instead of the charge icon, it would have the plug-in icon, which means either it stopped the charging to wait to save the battery, or it's not charging. It was at 100, not charging. Click it, not charging. Okay. Wait for it to charge. Drop down to 99%. Drops down to 98%. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I started an Apple chat, and they had me, I think, reset some chip. I'll put on the screen right now. Had me reset some chip. Started on my issue. It would start charging again. A few weeks later, happened again. I'm like, okay, this, but that's not why I brought it for repair. I had an even worse issue that made the computer unusable. It would turn on, but I couldn't do anything. It wasn't like there was a black screen. The story behind this one, I was in the middle of editing a video in Final Cut. I was listening to music on Spotify. Suddenly, apps were glitching out everywhere. I'll put a video. I'm not gonna like have overlay the video, but I'll overlay it right here or something. It was super weird. And I'm like, that's not normal whatsoever. And the cursor would glitch out. It was super crazy. Super crazy. And I'm like, what is happening? Is this a screen issue? A GPU issue? Something with macOS? And mind you, that started, same with the battery issue. These happened after I upgraded to Monterey. macOS 10.12. I think it was like day 2 or day 3. Upgrade. None of this happened on Big Sur. Fun. I'm like, okay. So I went, started a call with Apple. We were on the phone for about an hour. It was great. It was a great conversation. It was a great calling experience. I love Apple tech support. But, oh my gosh. So, the best thing that we were able to do is it wouldn't do it in safe mode. Or safe boot. That was the only thing. Actually, when I was trying to boot to safe mode originally, it happened. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know what was wrong with it. So we booked a Genius Bar appointment, I think, that Friday. I think it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. Crazy. So then, we run into the Genius Bar, and the guy was like, oh, we're gonna install the OS, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, before that, that's when we had to buy that, flash drive, because I couldn't back it up. That's the only way I could back it up. I had to buy it. But then the guy was like, okay, we'll reinstall Mac OS. And I'm like, is it going to be Big Sur or Monterey? It's going to be like, Monterey. We think it's software related, but yeah, just give it back to you. But when you get it back, don't restore from Time Machine. Manually drag and drop your data. Done. That process actually took about 40 minutes. So it wasn't terrible, but it was still annoying. Okay. Whatever. Fun. It's the best word. So, after that, we went our way. They had it overnight. It was like a one day thing. They gave it back and like, okay, here you go. Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever, that's fine. Came home, set it up, worked for about a week or 2 weeks. What happened again? You guessed it. Battery and screen again. Why? Like, okay, this is not software related. We had a Genius Bar appointment for the Friday. It was a Monday. Dealt with it all week. I think I actually temporarily switched to my HP laptop for one of those days because it glitched out during class. I do Zoom for school. I need a computer to do it. I do have my school iPad. I don't like to use that at all. I can't handle Zoom on an iPad, personally. So, that Friday we took it in. That was on the 19th of November. That was the 4-month anniversary of having it, and we had to bring it in for repair. Happy 4 months. Cheers to wine. I don't have one, but so we're running, and this lady from the cheese bar, she was super nice. But basically, she was like, "Okay, did you restore from time machine? No. Did you manually transfer data? Yes. Have you done anything recently? No." She couldn't get the issue to happen on hers. It's super weird how it does it. It likes to do it sometimes, it doesn't. I don't know what's wrong with it. So basically, they're like, "Okay, we'll ship it out free of charge unless there's liquid damage, then we'll let you know and we'll charge." Blah blah. Cool. So they sent it out, and I think it was out for about a week, a week and 3 days most. So for that time, I had to switch to my HP. So yeah, using that wasn't a horrible issue. Before that, I really couldn't use my HP because there was a Wi-Fi issues. Or no, when the first time we had to get it sent in for repair for the battery or the overnight, I didn't use the computer, period. There was a Wi-Fi issue on the HP, so that was fun. So yeah. Since then, so when we got it back, they replaced not only the battery, but the screen. Did they acknowledge the screen issue? No. Okay, weird. But anyways, the battery issue for discharging, actually I have that sheet somewhere, let me go grab it. So this was sent out to Houston and Texas. Okay, so here we go. The SSY battery, I'm sure it means assembly battery or something like that. Symptom, power/battery not charging. Good job. Display assembly, which I'm assuming also means the screen. Power/battery not charging. They acknowledged the issue, kind of. Cool. So the new battery had 0 charge cycles when I got a coconut battery. I don't know if I have a picture. If I have one, I'll put it on the screen. But basically, it was yeah, it just had 0 charges. It was working fine. The manufacturer did. The battery was much older than my old one, but whatever. Okay. So then, cool. It worked until recently. You guessed it. We're having the charge issue again. I don't care to send it right now because it's not affecting my usage at all. So I don't care for it. But yeah. What do I like about my MacBook? Easy portability, the battery life. It's great. But those some issues are not going to make me return it. I'm not going to go ahead and be like, okay, I'm give this to someone else, I'm going to buy a Windows machine. No. Will I buy a new Windows machine as a secondary laptop eventually? Probably. I want a game. So, there's nothing wrong with my MacBook, personally. I like it. Easy use. Great battery life. I think a switch to M1 is a good change. It's really optimized compared to an iMac, which has Intel. It's pretty fast, and it's great for my schoolwork. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching my rant, basically. Not super exciting, but yeah. I just wanted to let you guys know my opinions on my MacBook. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!